Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 2, Beta's Big Kill, question mark, question mark. We're going to talk about a potential storyline that could be developing and a little bit of what we know about this week's episode. It's not spoilers, it's kind of, I think it's general information, but we're going to drill down. We're going to funnel it a little bit more to see if we can come up with this isn't our bold predictions, but I think there's some things that could take shape over the next couple of weeks. Before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to the Patreon Army. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do. Absolutely amazing. We had several people upgrade status to PDL sponsors today. We're just getting a ton of input, a lot of cooperation around that. Looking forward to doing some PDL scenarios for you guys this Friday as well. We're going to be streaming all week long. We're here all week. I've seen some familiar faces, some people that, let's be honest, some people took Fear of the Walking Dead summer off, and now they're coming back. They're coming back in droves to watch The Walking Dead. Before we talk about tonight's topic, how many people have seen the new trailer for the Walking Dead universe? Just want to get some thoughts and some how you feel about it. I'm going to wait till I get a few comments and then I'm going to give you guys kind of my vibe. All right, some people are saying yes, looks good. So the Walking Dead fans are definitely saying it looks good. Here's something that's very interesting about it. It's got 500,000 views. And I want to go back and update, but at last check, there were only like 4,000 likes and 1,000 dislikes. So what that tells me is that the general audience that are not Walking Dead fans are not showing a lot of support of it yet. I know it's early, but that's not a good ratio. Now let's do something that is a good ratio. If you guys love the 99 Army, you love what we do, then give this video a like. Let's get our like ratio up really, really quickly because we know there's going to be one or two that's going to get our dislike ratio up. So, all right, I watched the trailer for next week's episode, and there is some engagement between, we're not questioning Beta's loyalty. In fact, I think they're going out of their way to demonstrate Beta's loyalty. So here's what we know about this week's episode. It's not a flashback. It's happening at the same time of last week's premiere. So it doesn't appear that we're going to get a lot of answers. Well, there weren't a whole lot of questions, I guess, except for the Alpha Carol stare down. Let me take that back. I won't say it's not a flashback. It's a very minor flashback. Apparently, we're going to see the satellite in the background of the Whispers. So it's within a few hours or a day, right? This is what we know. Not spoilers, like I said. This is just information that's out there from teasers and you know, I'm not going to tell you everything that happens, so why we're going to funnel it. But we know that Gamma is making her debut, and Beta doesn't trust Gamma 100%. Now, what do you guys think? You guys think that Beta has a case not to trust Gamma? Or do you think that Alpha's showing a new kid a little bit of attention and maybe Beta's a little bit jealous? Let's get your thought on that, because we're going to drive that point home. Coma Drug says a little bit of both. So I think he is a little bit jealous. So if you guys saw the trailer, Beta says to Alpha, we're a long way from the enemy, or we're far from the enemy. The fear will subside. So when he said that, I get the feeling that the Whispers have these boundaries all over the place, not just Alexandria. At first, I thought, they just bulldoze every community. So I think it's like curing meat. The Whispers have, ultimately their goal is to scare you to death until a few of the last remaining survivors are so beaten down and so loyal that they join. And the rest, they're probably going to skin you. But these things take time. So now I fully understand the Whisper recruiting method. So how many of you out there, let's kind of make this real. And I'll get to that in one second because we got Fluff the Flamethrower super chatting it. Fluff dropping a little knowledge here, says maybe he'll get himself a new face to feel more dapper and she'll come around. Hey, Fluff, maybe if he got Daryl's face, then there would be more of a connection with Alpha. Okay. Sorry, I don't want to scare the Daryl fans. So I've been trying to draw the correlation between how would the Whisperers scare me? And they haven't really done that yet. So let me make it real to all the viewers, all the audience. If the Whisperers came up, if Alpha came up to you, had a business card and said, hey, Walani, hey, Ocean Man, Mitch, Kel, Roxanne, we got this, we got this group. We've got a theory. We can walk among the dead. We're okay with that. Would you like to join us? How many of you are just going to leave your community behind and join up with the Whispers? And in fact, how many of any of you are just going to leave your family, leave your lifestyle, and join the Whispers? Nobody. So how many Whispers do we think are in the group? Not counting walkers. Emmy, give me a quick math tally. What do you think, Emmy? Give me a ballpark. How many human, well, I guess Whispers would be human. Daryl says 100. Ocean Man says 100. Johnny Metal says 60. Steph says a few hundred. Some 40s. All right, we're all over the place. Emmy says 200. So I would say that's Gina Crockett is reading my mind tonight. I was going to say 60 to 100. That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. I swear to you, she typed it. Crazy vibe there. Okay. 60 to 100. Now, based on the example that I just gave you, nobody said you would willfully join the Whispers. So if we've got Alpha and Beta, and we've got another 58 to 98 people, could we through deductive reasoning, could we say that almost all of those people were broken down to almost a vegetative state, brainwashed, and all they have left is this whisperer group and blind loyalty? I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what it takes to get people to that point and exactly what the whisperers are doing in front of our very eyes. They probably could have killed everybody. They didn't. Now, I think it's safe to say this is the strongest group they've ever ran into. And they probably get that. But they're using their textbook. This has worked for them in the past. There were probably 10 or 15 of them. They went in. They scared the daylights out of a community. They killed a few. They're going to let them live with it. Let's go over to this community. They migrate over to a different area, do the same thing. Then they're like, okay, let's go back. Let's collect the remains. They go back, and then whatever's left, they pick up the pieces. Then they go back to Community B, do the same thing. Then they go to C, then they go to D, then they go to E, and their numbers just gradually grow. So their whole motivation is exactly what we're seeing them do. The flashbacks of Sadiq, they got to have some plants. They got to have some people in the communities to see what is going on with them. They're always watching. Right, Dark Star, get them to bend the knee. Get them to show that unwavering support. But beyond that, you don't have these huge armies, but it's psychological warfare at its highest level. And that's why it was so important when Alpha was challenged last season that she just did, she decapitated her own in front of everybody to make sure that they understand she will not have it. And part of the reason on the thumbnail where I said beta won't break is the writers have done something very deliberate. They've shown us that the Whisperers are not going to mass murder yet. They're going to find out who they can break down. And what happens to your community if they can't break you down to a point where they're 100% convinced that you're going to join? Anybody want to take a guess what the next phase is? Hey, Joey, I get it, but let's not type that. The comment is not going to stand. It's not going to stay in the video. So don't keep typing it. It's a flag. It's not something that we want in our videos. So there's a lot of different ways you can suggest that, but let's not keep making the same point over and over again, all right? So I guess my question to you as we funnel this down, how many Pike scenes do we need before Alexandria breaks? Two more, says Warmaker. Just 2. Now let's go back to Michonne. Michonne is wise beyond compare. It's funny that we're discussing this, and it's Michonne's number one fear. We cannot let fear set in. People can't be afraid. They have to live, because if they're afraid, they get weak. If they're weak, they turn. They join the enemy. Michonne knows this. She's brilliant. She's keeping war in the forefront of everybody's minds. Let's prepare. Let's make sure that people know that we're tough enough to fight back. But you know what? Beta knows it as well. Beta's exact words: we're far from the enemy. Their fear will subside. Gather the herd. So it means, hey, we took a little break. We had to go down, whatever they were doing, maybe checking on another community, maybe getting a suntan. I don't know what they were doing. But now Beta knows that they're losing their grip. It's time to gather everybody up, go back, and make our point. They're going to fight us. But as I said at the beginning of the stream, it's not a super long flashback. It's almost real time. It's within a day or two of what transpired. Now, we're probably not going to get a lot of answers. So let me tie that into the gamma, the beta, and the alpha issue. Beta has not, from what we've seen, I was expecting Beta to snap a few necks, break a few backs, do some things. So I know we talked about how potentially we were disappointed with Alpha's weak intro. What do you guys think about Beta so far? I mean, we saw him fight Daryl, didn't win. He tried to kill Daryl. I mean, he was swinging stuff. So it's implied that Beta is the hitman. It's implied that Beta is out there killing people, but it's not shown. So as I predicted that we'll see the flashbacks, bold prediction. How many people, all of you, I'm sure, how many people remember last season after we saw what we dubbed the Red Fair? We took a stand and said, the Pike scene was weak, but they'll probably show flashbacks this season to get us into the context of it. You guys remember us stating that right after the Pike scene happened, our very first stream. We said they have to. And it appears that we're going to be on the money with that. So I'm going to go out on another limb. Keep going out on limbs, eventually the branch is going to break. But I'm going to do it. Beta has to become irredeemable. Beta is going to be tested. He's going to have to prove, hey, words are important, but Beta is going to have to prove his loyalty to Alpha. Absolutely, Ellis. We're going to have to hate him more. And there might be a ninja out there stealing his kills. How would it look to Alpha if Beta can't get the job done? Hey, who was supposed to kill Daryl last season? Didn't get the job done, did he? So technically, he failed Alpha when he had the chance to finish the job. Now, interesting that we've got Rosita. Sorry, wasn't trying to say that. I was saying it slow. I wasn't trying to say it like Dwighty Boy. That we have Rosita working on her MMA skills. Is it possible that Gamma could be the one to take out Rosita? Gamma is kind of stealthy. If Gamma did not fail, Beta failed. Think about this dynamic. You've got Alpha. She needs to send a message. Her brand new recruit, Gamma, goes out, gets the job done. Now, what would you think Beta would have to do? Could we see Beta take out Jerry? Could we see Beta take out the King? What if Gamma takes out Rosita and Beta takes out Ezekiel, and both, they were on the pike in the comics? Would satisfy the comic arc? People likely wouldn't see it happening in that capacity. Would certainly give that dark moment to Beta that we need. I'm going to make another point. If Beta doesn't kill anyone, could you guys see Beta as redeemable? If Beta can't go through with killing, and this war ends and Beta's still alive, could Beta turn into like a big Abraham type of figure? Could he be one of the ones that maybe you give another chance? So look, some people are saying yes, some people are saying maybe. Sheila Beasley likes him. Mitch thinks it'd be cool. Could be, says Movie Star. All right. So we're open-minded about it, right? I mean, nothing's impossible. But if Beta kills King Ezekiel and decapitates him and sticks his head on a pike, is he redeemable? Are you going to give him a break at that point? So Beta cannot ho-hum his way through this season. Beta has to turn dark. Beta has to prove his loyalty. Beta has to carry his weight. And I think the introduction of Gamma is going to push that much, much quicker. Gamma is I'm going to give away a kills coin. If anybody can come up with the two words, you'll never get it. But you know what? I want to try to give away a kills coin. When I think of Gamma, I'm trying to, you know what? This is going to be too difficult for anybody to get. You know what? Scratch it. We'll give a kills coin with the next one. Who's the thing where people would send YouTube videos and then the face pops up? You guys know what I'm talking about? And then they blocked them all because they were too evil. One of you guys know what I'm talking about. Come on, somebody get it. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Deborah. Momo. So, yeah, Momo. So that's who. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Kel, can you give Julia Muse 2 kills coins? Julia Muse, please tell me how in the world you picked those 2 words. Just help me out with that. That's the exact 2 words I was thinking. When I think of Gamma, I think jump scare. I'm just kind of mind blown right now. Well, that's why I was going to do the kills coin and not do the kills coin, because I'm like, nobody's going to get these 2 words. But yeah, when I think of Gamma, I just think of somebody just like pops up out of nowhere. It's like, oh my God, there you are. Yeah, that's exactly what she reminds me. Like a little Momo thing, she pops up. And I think she's going to be slicing and dicing people. And I got to tell you, for me so far, Gamma is the freakiest, scariest whisperer that I've seen so far. I agree, Kel. Kel says, I'm more afraid of Gamma than Beta. So, if we're already more afraid of Gamma than Beta, doesn't that tell you that the rollout of Beta has been a little bit weak? I mean, look, dude, you had one job, and that was to kill Daryl. Joe Fulford, can you provide just a brief sketch of who Gamma is? Thing is, I don't know who she is. Joe? We're going to find out in episode number 2. She's a new recruit. She's a new recruit to the Whispers. I mean, we might get a little bit of the backstory. Maybe it's one of those communities that they scared a few people, killed a few people, and she was one of the leftovers. And you know, if the steak's not cooked just right, Beta's probably not going to eat it. So I think that as they abuse these communities, Beta might be like, you know, she's not quite psychologically broken enough. We need to kill a few more of her people. We're not ready to have her join us. She might backstab us. So I think there's some warning signs that Beta sees, Alpha doesn't. Alpha has a plan. And Joe, I mean, hopefully that helps. I mean, that's just what we know at this point. So, Cruel Gaming, what about when we're theorizing about Gamma being the little girl that Michonne didn't kill to save Judith? Winnie, right? Wasn't it Winnie was the little girl? You know, I think it's possible. I think it would be really cool. I don't know if they're going to drill it down that far. But I mean, now that would probably be a reason for Michonne to leave. That opens up a whole different can of worms because I still think that Michonne is leaving to find Rick. But boy, if Gamma came in and killed Rosita, and then Michonne is like, you know, I could have killed her. Now Rosita's dead because I didn't finish the job. Yeah, that would be nuts. I think it would be a perfect story, but very seldomly do we ever get the perfect story. Or Eric says, steal the baby. What do you guys think? Stealing the baby or killing the mom? We've discussed both. I mean, we did discuss... Now, we didn't discuss it to be Gamma, but we did say the Whispers could steal Coco. And Rosita would go cuckoo for Coco. Bad cereal pun. And hopefully they don't kill Coco because then they'd be serial No, okay, all right. I'm leaving the bad cereal jokes. There's no way they're killing Coco. Not gonna happen. They gave us the glimpse that they would feed a baby to a walker. Angel says, why would they want to take the baby? How will they quiet the child? The baby just be a casualty. They don't care about the baby. They want to do things to psychologically destroy this group. It's a good point, Jennifer Wright. So let's take a step back here. Some of you said killing the mom. But in hindsight, let's think about this for a second. So, all these people got put on a pike, and they haven't broken them down yet. So, to a degree, our group can handle death, right? They're used to it. They see somebody get devoured by a walker. They've seen people get beat with a bat. So it's possible that Alpha and Beta are going to have some new, creative ways to sow fear through the group. It's the norm. Right, Julie? Hey, what are you going to do? All right, tried the pikes. That didn't break them. Well, hey, let's do pikes part 2. Maybe that's not the story. Let's take their kids. But let's do it. Well, I guess that's happened too, right? I mean, the whole Michonne episode, you had the kid stealer. Yeah, stealing the children's been done. But certainly you're going to have to find a way to make it personal to each individual. So it's certainly been done. But if they did a Pike scene part 2, but this time bigger and bolder. So from the first Pike scene, who was the biggest death from the first Pike scene? I think we're going to get a few, because there was probably one that was the biggest character, and then you could probably answer, well, who was the one that had the biggest impact? That's what I thought. I thought we'd get Enid, Henry, and Tara. So you'd probably argue that Tara was the biggest character, but Henry is probably the character that had the biggest impact. Because Henry's relationship with Daryl, Henry's relationship with Carol, Henry's relationship to Ezekiel. So I would say Henry. Now, if the biggest alpha kill was Henry, and then Tara, and then Enid, and then Ozzy and a few other people, well, that's not a big lineup. But what if he killed the king? What if it was Ezekiel? The person who ran the kingdom, who lost the kingdom. It would be legendary. It's a good point. What if you killed the clergyman? What if you killed Father G? How evil do you have to be to kill Father G? He is. But I mean, just from the context, not whether you like Father G or whether you like Seth or whether you like the characters played, but Father G stands for something. In a world that has become inherently evil, you still have some people that have this small amount of faith. And I think that would be ripping away some of the faith. Because you got to have faith, faith, faith. So Father G. Rosita. So stealing the baby, I think certainly could happen even though the baby theft has been done. And a second Pike scene, I think, could still happen if the characters are much more impactful this time around. Now, there is the whole Negan is going to meet Beta. And I think at this point, we've got 3 people who need to get kills, and we've only got 2 major characters. Now, if Gamma kills somebody, now we've got something interesting here. Because we got 3 really named hated whisperers. Alpha, Beta, Gamma. And then we've got Daryl, Carol, Negan. Now, you could say Aaron, Aaron could get in the action. I don't think so. Let's let this play out. Let's say, for sake of argument, that Gamma kills Rosita, Beta kills the king, kills Ezekiel. How about Daryl killing Beta? Would that stick to the story? Carol still has some feelings for Zeke. She needs time. But would that give the Daryl and Beta part 2 really a chance to work out? I think Daryl kills Beta. That's basically what I'm saying. I'm staging it to see if you agree with that assessment or not. Daryl versus Beta round 2. Now, because Angela Kang said Negan and Beta will meet, well, Warmaker, it is predictable, but keep in mind, everything on The Walking Dead, especially lately, is not surprise. Some of it is, but it just depends on how they do it, how they choreograph the fight, how they tell the story. But I don't know that the Beta Ezekiel death is predictable. Audience is split. I mean, there's people that think Ezekiel's going to die, but I don't know that everybody thinks it's going to be Beta. It's going to kill him. Tyler Bradley, what's up, Tyler? Says, extremely excited about the season. Alpha and Carol gave me goosebumps. Been here the whole time, just can't talk much. I'm at work. Much love, 999 family. And Tyler, I want to give you a super special shout out. If you guys got a second, because I got a few people that I do want to recognize. And Tyler is one of those people. So many of you know that we did set up our Play Dead Live, and we have sponsorship tiers for our Play Dead Live group. We set that up a little bit over a week ago. Tyler is a sponsor on that channel and also is one of our elite sponsors. So thank you so much. Absolutely appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being a part of our group. But Tyler, thank you so much for elite status. Also, several other of our patrons changed their contribution to PDL sponsors. So we do our gameplay on Friday night, and that's William Finney, Gina Crockett, Amy Ferrero, Walking Dead Nerd, Gusha Gushe, and our very own Wilson. So just want to give a shout out to, did I say? I don't know if I said Newfield 12. Sorry, Crystal. Didn't mean to miss you. It was the next line down. And Crystal Newfield as well. So certainly want to thank each and every one of you guys. I want to give a special shout out at some point during this stream. And also to the longtime Patreons, to the channel members. Our Friday night gaming is growing, and you guys are a big part of that. And also, thank you so much for sending me the pictures, the ideas, all of those things. Joe Fulford said, what's a PDL group? Joe, join us on Friday night, and you'll see exactly what it is. We've been play testing it during Freestyle Friday. We've done scenarios. We did PvP last week. We're going to have some quests set up. A whole lot of different things is going into the gameplay. We're hoping to officially roll it out in January. It'll have its very own stream. It's all night. It'll be 2-hour dedicated. We're going to add a lot more content to it. But we've been doing longer streams on Friday night, maybe about an hour to an hour and a half are those streams. Whole lot of fun. But check the playback, Joe, and it'll tell you a lot of what's going on with it. So, but Tyler just reminded me of that, so thank you so much. Also, if I can get I posted this on our Facebook fan page earlier today, a shout out to all the mods. People were asking, hey, who are the super fans of the month? And I thought, Walking Dead is back. We got all of our regular fans back. We're 10-year anniversary of The Walking Dead. So I thought it'd be a great month in order to make all of our mods, Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kells, our super fans of October. So if you guys can do me a favor, exactly right there, Gina, show a couple of the emojis. They do a great job. I can't even begin to tell you just some of the things that a lot of times it's a thankless job. It's not an easy job. You know, you're watching a stream and sometimes you're like, well, you want to comment or somebody else is commenting and you try to read context and it's streaming and you don't know, is this person making a joke or is this person serious? Do these people like each other? Is this out of line? Did they cross the line? Let me tell you, they do an incredible job. I would not be doing what we do. We would not have the family that we have if it weren't for those 4 mods. So I know sometimes when there's a mistake made or somebody accidentally gets a timeout or something happens, it's easy to look and say, the mod, they had a fat finger, they did this. But imagine being in some of these streams. We've had streams where we had 10,000 people, and they're looking at all these comments and trying to figure out, is it appropriate, is it not appropriate? So thank you so much. Certainly want to just show my appreciation, for those guys. All right, so we're gonna wind down the stream just in a few minutes, but we've kind of thrown it out there tonight that if Gamma gets a kill, it could incite Beta that he's got more to prove. If Beta were to kill Ezekiel, then Daryl could get the Beta kill. Then if you have Alpha, Gamma, Carol, Negan, who gets the Alpha kill? Not the Gamma kill. Does Negan get that classic kill and take Alpha's head and say, wait till Carol gets a look at this? Or is it Carol? Now, for the same comment that I think was made just a couple minutes ago, doesn't Carol seem a little bit predictable because of the stare downs and because of the opportunity? But the Negan kill would almost make sense for him to get in Carol's good graces if Carol lost Henry, which she has, if Carol lost Ezekiel, and she didn't get the chance to finish the job, and Negan had the opportunity. I like that story. Doesn't mean it has to happen that way, but I like that story. Ocean Man says Carol killed Gamma. Dog Elite, what if Ezekiel killed Alpha? Let me say this as well too. I really like Kari Payton. And he's one of those characters, much to me like Glenn. He is a fan favorite. He does an amazing job. Would like to see him on the show for many more seasons. I just don't think he will be. Because I do think that King Ezekiel needs to die this season. But if he doesn't die, I would be happy with him not dying. I'll put it out there and say that. I would like to see his character around. I just don't think he will be. And one thing that we've learned about The Walking Dead, they're not afraid to kill major characters. So we will extend on this in our bold prediction video. I've talked about it a lot tonight. If you guys had a good time talking about The Walking Dead, do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up. Let's get 100, 150, 200, 300 likes. People watching the playback, if you guys like what we do, give this video a thumbs up. We're going to be back tomorrow night. So you don't have to agree with me just because I have a microphone. How many people think that there could be some validity to the fact that Beta could get a major kill and Beta could be the one to take out King Ezekiel? You got two Titans there. And I'm not saying everything in The Walking Dead has to be about political correctness, but I do think if you can get major kills and you don't have to stir the pot too much, I think it's a win-win. And here's the example, is a Gamma Rosita fight and a Beta Ezekiel fight, I think would be entertaining. And I think it resonates well with the audience. A Beta Rosita, Beta decapitating Rosita, and a Gamma Ezekiel fight, I think we're much better served to see it the other way. Let the two big dudes slug it out. Let the two women with martial arts skills, let them slug it out. And I think the audience can appreciate that and not worry about any controversy. And maybe we focus too much on controversy because it's a TV show. But if we can do both, why not do both? And there's a reason, and if you don't believe that's apparent, there's a pretty clear reason, I think, that Negan didn't beat down anyone except Glenn and Abraham. I think it was shocking enough, but if Negan would have beat Rosita down with Lucille, I don't think the audience would have... there would have been a lot more problems with that. Chris Robinson, kills. What if Carol and Alpha are fighting to the death, and just as Alpha gets the upper hand, Lydia steps in and finishes off her mom? Well, Chris, certainly Lydia could be in the fray, and it would mix it up. But how do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about Lydia killing her mom and it not going to Carol or Daryl or Negan? Or Lydia killing Gamma? Or what about Lydia dying? Do we think that Lydia is going to be a series regular on the show? Because I'm not convinced she will be. So, I guess there's always that. And what about, well, hey, hold on. I was going to wind the stream down. What about instead of Gamma killing Rosita, what if Alpha sends Gamma in and Gamma kills Lydia? Let's let that sink in for a second. That might be a twist that we haven't seen coming. Alpha sends her new hitman in to kill her own daughter. That would get Negan fired up. That would show the cold-hearted nature. That would also show all the whispers that Alpha has moved on. Alpha seemed weak in the beginning, but now that Lydia has betrayed her, why not? I think it'd be a great twist as well, nerd. But then Beta's certainly going to have to bring his A game. So much to talk about, everybody. Hey, tonight we really dug down into the Beta character. We also dug down into what Gamma's role is going to be like. Tomorrow night, we're going to do our bold predictions. So some of what we talked about tonight will be restructured, talked about. So if you got a great idea, you weren't able to get it in tonight's stream, show up tomorrow night. We're also going to give our bold predictions for the next couple episodes. So we're going to be forward thinking the direction of the show, what major things could happen. Certainly, I don't think Beta is going to get that big kill this week, but I think it is going to stage up. It is going to ramp up. If you guys had a great time tonight, if you're enjoying the Walking Dead season, if you're super, super excited about all the stuff we have in store, we got bold predictions. We got another Walking Dead topic Thursday night. We got Freestyle Friday night with a Play Dead live scenario. Will the Bill was super chatting like crazy last night. I don't know if you guys saw that. $200 super chat. Unbelievable. Will the Bill and the support and the sponsorship of this channel. So Will threw down the gauntlet and said, you know what? I'm helping a whole lot of kittens out there. So Kills, I need this person to do Freestyle Friday. So we got several volunteers. We're going to add a couple more. It's going to be a scenario. So there will be no fighting amongst each other. Really quickly, because I got a ton of people that are brand new to the stream. They don't know what we do. We talk about The Walking Dead, but we have our very own role-playing game. We put you in the role of a survival character. It's role-playing time. It's online. It's real-time. All of the above. You get to make decisions. I am never going to fault any of you for making your own natural decision, and I don't want any of you guys to do that as well. There was some murmuring, some talk behind the scenes. If you're in a group with somebody and you want to throw them off a bridge, you do what you want to do. The nature of the game is about survival. It's not always about teamwork. Everybody plays their character in a unique fashion, and that's the way we're going to roll with it. So word to the wise, always watch your back, everybody. But keep in mind, it's a game. At the end of the day, we're a family. When we do scenarios, then you're all trying to survive. When we do player versus player, It is going to be a fight to the finish, and sometimes people are going to make questionable decisions. Hopefully, I brought closure to that. It is a fun game. Keep it fun. Keep it honest about how you play the character, because if we start changing and playing the character the way we think people want us to play it, it's not going to be organic. It's not going to be natural. And we're trying to do something completely special with this game, and we want to make it as real as possible for everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for everything that you guys do, for all your participation, for being involved in these streams. Shout out to the Patreon Army, top left-hand corner. If you guys are interested in becoming a Patreon or supporting the Play Dead Live sponsorship, there's a link down below. Channel members, that's my green team. Green team, do me a big favor. If you guys had a good time tonight, let's show some mods up there. We got 6-month channel membership still up there. As I said, we're going to get that updated. We got about 20 people right now that have all been channel members for over 6 months. So thank you for your long-time support. Our super fans are also our mods, Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kells. Of course, our super chatters each and every night that are bringing their comments and contributing to the channel. Appreciate you guys as well. And a big shout out to each and every one of you, the 999 Army. Thank you so much. I will see all of you here at 9:30 tomorrow night for our bold predictions for this week and also the following week. Thanks so much. Peace.